Hey there, it's me Alexandra and some good English for you. And today we are going to talk about the structure. We all know that a lot of sentences in English start with a subject, but not in this case. To understand where we use or don't use the structure, let's look at two types of Russian sentences. В углу стоит стол. It is obvious that in this case we use the structure. There is a table in the corner. We know nothing about this table and we introduce a new noun into the sentence. In this case, the translation looks like the table is in the corner. So, the basic difference is question word that we use in questions to these sentences. For example, here our question word is what? What is there in the corner? And in this case, the question word is where. Where is the table? Now let's look at the structures. So, our structures look like this. In statement we say there is, are, or was, were, plus noun plus place. For example, there is a car outside. Negation has the following structure. There is, are, or was, were, plus not, plus noun plus place. For example, there isn't a car outside. And question starts with question words if necessary. After that we put our verbs, is or are or was or were. After that there, and after that noun and place. For example, is there a car outside? Or how many cars are there outside? Okay. Now let's look at some interesting tricks. A very interesting question is which verb to choose if you introduce several objects into the sentence. To understand this, we will look at the examples. For example, there is a table and two chairs in my room. The first object is singular, so the verb is singular too. Though you introduce several objects into this sentence. Okay. The next example, there are two chairs and a table in my room. The first object is plural, so the verb is plural too. So be attentive and don't make mistakes. A very important thing to understand about the reservoir structure is when we use or don't use this structure. So we use it with articles a, an, or zero article. For example, there is water in the pool, there is a car outside. We use it with numerals. There are two women in the room. We use it with quantifiers. There are many questions to ask. And we use it with some any no. For example, there is some food in this fridge. And then let's look at when we don't use this structure. We don't use it with article there, possessive adjectives, my, his, their, and others. We don't use it with demonstratives, this, that, these, those. One more important thing. As you could already see, we use the reservoir structure in past and present simple tenses, as well as in future simple tense. So we do imperfect tenses, but we don't use the reservoir structure in continuous tenses. Now, practice.